Okay, so really today's lesson is a second attempt to get everybody familiar with the Dr. Frost website. As I mentioned last time, I think it's got similarities with Hegarty, and I think there are some bits and pieces where Hegarty is going to be better, but I think there's going to be some really good functionality within the Dr. Frost maths, which will be excellent just for these couple of weeks while we're still in lockdown. But also going forward, I think it would be a super tool as we go into second form to be using for homeworks and maybe even some classwork. So I'm really keen that everybody gets familiar with it, and we just spend a bit of time before the summer holidays, just sort of finding our way around it a little bit. So as we stand, only Laura and Douglas haven't gone and registered. So that's no big deal, guys. An email has been sent to you from Dr. Frost, and you just need to click on that and copy and paste the link, and then just follow the simple instructions, just putting in your name and school email address, and you make up a password. If you can't find that email, you two, just let me know, and I can sort of force the activation, and you just have to sort of go in an alternative way. But it's no big deal. But I'm really keen that we try and get everybody up and running. So it's only Laura and Douglas who still need to do that. So well done, the rest of you. Now, what I've done today, in hindsight, I think I made a bit of a mistake last time setting the parameters as I did. I think I wish I'd done this. So what I've now done for today's exercise, you're going to get a warning if you're just about to get the wrong answer. Okay, and also I have not prevented reattempts. So if you get it wrong, you can have another go at the answer. Excuse me. So that's going to be a bit like Hegarty, that you get a couple of bites at the cherry. I also think, and I'm still trying to fully understand this, that once you've finished all the questions, you might get the option to go back and retake one of the questions you got wrong, any of the questions you got wrong. Okay, even if you got it wrong with your first couple of attempts. Now, I'm not clear in my mind whether you're allowed to have another go at the question once you've already been given the answer. And if you have been given the answer and you're allowed to have another go, I think that's a bit rubbish, really, because it's going to mean it's dead easy to get 100%. So I'd be very grateful, as if while you're doing today's exercise, can you just keep an eye on things? Does it seem possible that once you've gone and got a question wrong and they've given you the answer, that you're still allowed to go back and get the right answer, even though they've told you the answer, if you see what I mean? So if you could keep an eye out for that, that would be great. Now, I've ticked the optional workings again today because I'm really keen that we try and utilize this little whiteboard on the side. Now, I've made today's exercise deliberately quite straightforward, quite simple algebra comparatively, because I want you all, please, to just try and give this bit a go over here. Now, if any of you have got touchscreen technology, it's obviously going to be a lot easier for you. So if you do have touchscreen technology, it would be great if you could try and use it today, please, because I'm really keen to try and see some workings over here. If you don't have touchscreen technology, then please can you just try and do your mouse work over here. So that's half the battle today. I want you to be practicing that skill, because I'm really trying to clarify in my mind how practical it's going to be to use this when we get back. So if you do have touchscreen technology, please can you use it? If you don't, then you're just going to have to use your mouse and do it the best you can. So obviously I want you to get the answer right, but it'd be great if you can just be scribbling some workings over here as well, please, not just getting the answer right. Because that's what I feel I miss from Hegarty. You're getting the answer right, but for all I know, your workings are being really rubbish. So I really want to be able to see your workings as you submit your answers. Okay, now the final thing I wanted to do before I set you loose, one or two of you were saying you still weren't quite 100% with those questions that I set you last lesson. So these aren't the ones you're going to be doing today. Excuse me, these are the ones from last lesson, but I didn't want to leave it dangling that several of you still weren't very comfortable with this. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do a couple of these five from last lesson. You'll find that I've deleted them now. You can't access them now. I just thought because of, last time we were just getting used to it, I've got rid of that. So these questions aren't accessible for you now. But I know you just did. I just wanted to talk through a couple of them because I know some of you were a bit concerned you didn't quite get it. So let's just do question number 2, for example. Okay, so question number 2. So you start off by doing the claw. So 4 times 3x is 12x. 4 times minus 5 is minus 20. Remember, a plus times a minus is a minus. So 12x minus 20 equals 22. So that's step 1. Now, you've got all your x's on the left, so you need to get all your normal numbers on the right. So the minus 20 has to be undone. You undo a minus 20 by adding 20 to both sides. And that gives us 12x equals 42. And then finally, how do you undo a timesing by 12? You divide both sides by 12. Divide both sides by 12. So x equals 42 to be divided by 12. Top heavy fractions are fine, but get it as simple as you can. So half top and bottom, we get 21 over 6. They're still divisible by 3, so that's going to be 7 over 2, and that's your final answer for number 2. So what I suggest you do, if you struggled with these last lesson, why don't you just pause this video at this point when you play it back, copy out any of these questions from last lesson if you haven't got them written anywhere else, and just have a go at these. And then if you want to just, I can then mark those. So what's the best way to do those? I think if you let me know, if any of you do decide to do these again, and you want to know what the final answers were, okay, just let me know, and I will do another video while I go and do all 5 of these, and then you can go and check your answers from those if you want me to. But I'll only do that if one of you or more than one of you says that actually you are going to go back and have a go at those questions. So you'll see on Dr. Frost that I've set you some basic algebra questions to do, ones that are easier than this. So if you could just go and do those now, please. And as I said, I'm really keen that you please try and show your workings on the right hand side. I don't really just want to see that you get 100%, but you haven't done any of the workings. Okay, guys, thanks for joining me. Good luck, and obviously let me know if you're struggling. I will be transferring your marks across today over onto my Markbook on Teams, so you will be getting feedback from me today on how well you've done. Okay, cheers, guys. Bye.